This story is a work of fiction inspired by real lifestyle situations. Names, characters, events, and places have been changed or dramatized for storytelling purposes. Any resemblance to actual persons or incidents is purely coincidental. The content is for emotional storytelling and awareness only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Some stories don't begin with storms. They begin with small cracks. Cracks that no one notices until everything breaks. This is the story of a woman who lost everything in a single day, and a mother's heart that shattered so deeply it never returned to her body again. She was known in the village as the strange woman, the one who sat wherever she found wet clay. She shaped little toys with her muddy hands, bears and tiny horses, and then ran after children to give them the gifts her heart created. But the children only saw her tangled hair, her torn clothes, her wild, haunted eyes. They ran from her. They threw stones at her. She never shouted back. She never raised a hand. She only stared at them with an empty, aching longing. Everyone called her Peeru's madwoman. Very few knew she had once been Rabia. A young bride with dreams, a mother with a full home, a woman whose laughter once filled the yard. Before madness came, there was Peeru, a kind, simple man, loved by the village. Before Rabia, there was another wife, and a small child named Asghar. When the first wife died, Peeru tried to raise the child alone, but a father's arms, no matter how loving, cannot replace a mother's touch. He remarried Rabia with one hope, that she will love my son like her own, but Rabia was too young to understand motherhood, too inexperienced to understand stepmotherhood, too scared to understand Peeru's quiet ways. And Peeru, instead of holding her close, instead of making her feel safe, placed a child beside her on the very first night and slept. Love has a beginning. Rabia never got hers. In the early days, she tried. She smiled at Asghar, fed him, held him when Peeru was watching. But slowly, as she filled the house with her presence and her own children filled her lap, her heart closed to the child who wasn't hers. Peeru couldn't understand the cruelty growing in his home. Rabia's coldness became sharper. Her words, her hands, her eyes, all turned harsh toward the innocent boy whose only fault was wanting love. And then one day, Asghar's small body couldn't endure the silence, the neglect, the emotional wounds. He died quietly without a sound. Peeru mourned for a few days, and then the world forgot. But Rabia's story didn't end there. It was only beginning. One morning, Peeru was away, and Rabia sat at home weaving palm leaf mats. Her two sons wandered into the open fields. Children's games are innocent until they aren't. "Let's play horse," the older one, Shiro, said. There was no rope, so he took the buffalo's rope. He tied it around little Mero's neck, and the other end around a dog. When the boy jumped, the dog ran, and the 4-year-old was dragged across the hard, thorny earth. He screamed, he struggled, but the dog was stronger. By the time a farmer caught sight of the scene, it was too late. Mero's small body had already shattered. The moment Shiro saw his brother dead, fear swallowed him. He ran and hid in a thorn hedge, not knowing that hideouts made of thorns kill, not protect. The thorns tore him. He bled. He cried. He died alone. Rabia came running, searching for her children, only to find one son lifeless in a farmer's arms. She screamed for Peeru, her heart breaking, her voice choking. As Peeru lifted the dead child, she suddenly remembered. She had set her 8-month-old baby down on the path while running. The baby wasn't there. He had crawled into the water channel beside the path. He couldn't swim. He couldn't scream. He drowned before anyone could hear him. 3 children, 3 coffins, one single morning, and a mother's soul cracked into pieces no one could ever gather again. When she saw Shiro's thorn-torn body, she collapsed. After that, she never returned to her home, never slept under a roof, never recognized day or night. She wandered with open hair, empty eyes, and a heart that never stopped bleeding. She chased children, not to harm them, but because in every child's face she saw Asghar, Mero, Shiro, Jira. She opened her arms and cried, "Don't run from me, Asghar. Come here. Let me love you." But no child came. They ran. They threw stones. They laughed. And Rabia, she just kept walking toward them with trembling arms, chasing shadows of the children she once held. and the children she wished she could hold again. For the rest of her life, she wandered, looking for little hands that would never hold hers again. Sometimes tragedy doesn't arrive as a storm. Sometimes it arrives as a mother who walks under the open sky, searching endlessly for children who will never return. If this story touched your heart, tell me in the comments. Whose pain did you feel the most? Please like, share, and subscribe for more emotional real-life stories. Your support keeps these stories alive.